going on our YouTube? Getting ready for the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. It's in February, plus the end of the month in Florida. If you've heard of it before, it's a big event. There's lots of crawling. There's lots of vendors. A lot of people be in one place at a time, or at one time, so you could actually meet them. I know GCM Racing is going to be there. Yeah, bunch of cool folks that I like to meet, and be a good place to be my first outing for the RatRods. So that being said, I've got about 3 weeks from when I'm filming this to get as much ready as I can. I am driving to Florida. It's going to take about 15 hours, but there's no point flying. I can't bring a whole lot of stuff with me, and I wouldn't want to ship my precious RatRods across the country and then ship them back. So yeah, I'll be driving and bringing as much as I can. And I'd like to bring the RampTruck, even though it's probably still going to be incomplete, but I want to make a little more progress on it. So the last video we got the Squarebody mounted on the front, and yeah, we need to weather it. Now I'm not going to go as extreme as the original, like the Apache body, but I do need to dull it down, and we are going to rust it up a little bit so it matches the bed a little better. I'm trying to figure out what I can do and how I can make logos for the door. I've been trying for a year to make a logo for the channel, and nobody's able to understand the vision I'm having, and I don't have the skill of graphic design to do it. And I've had a lot of people promise they could do it and fall through, and I've had some people do some things I didn't really like, and so it's been a battle. But I need to make some kind of logo on the door of this. It has to have that. It's a tow rig. I'm sure you've followed along if you're into real cars at all. You've seen Mike Finnegan off Roadkill and Motor Trend and all that stuff. He's had an unhealthy obsession with ramp trucks lately. He made a vintage logo for Finnegan's Speed and Marine and put it on the side of his newest ramp truck. And it's pretty cool. It's real retro. And yeah, I need to make a logo to put on at least on the door of this. Something with RC every day, a little outline of a hot rod, something cool like that. But yeah, we've got to get the paint dulled down, so I'm going to take this thing off and get it to the kitchen. I'm not going to film it. Well, I might film it. It's boring. You've seen me do this stuff a lot if you've been with the channel for a while. I'll do it all in high speed because it's boring, just sanding. But I'm going to take about 1,000 grit. I'm going to wet sand this body down, and we'll bring through some of the other colors. I know there's some fun colors underneath this because back when I was originally making the short bed pickup, it was green, like a lime green almost, and I think there's some primer. So I don't even remember what all's underneath it. But we got two-tone, the tans on top. So we're just going to smooth it down, dull it up, and hit it with a layer of the rust streaks to stain it to match more closely to the bed. Ideally, in this video, I would like to get the cab complete. It's going to take me a week or so to go through all this, but I want to get all the body on, get all the mirrors, grille, bumper, hood hinges, lights, the whole 9 yards, get it all done and complete. And that way we can focus back on the bed, try to get our wood floor on, get this thing somewhat complete, interior in it. I have not measured or checked anything yet to see how the interior is going to fit on this chassis. The front air struts, if you can see them in there, they do come back into the floorboard a little bit, so we may have to modify the floorboard some. I don't know. We'll see how far we can get. So I'm going to take it off, get it to the sink, start sinking. Alright guys, so you saw the sanding. I used a combination of 600 grit and 1000 grit, both of which were used, so they're probably pretty close to the same. The hood, I'm happy with how the hood came out. I think that's going to be fantastic. That green underneath that tan, not so good. I'm not feeling great about that. I'm hoping I can make it look good with the rust, but I don't know. But I am first going to go ahead and do the window edges in flat black. I've done that several different ways. The rust streaks, these AK brand rust streaks that I use to stain basically the finish to give it that patina that I like, they will eat through that flat black paint because I don't let it dry for days and days and then do it. I always let it dry for minutes and minutes and then I'll do it. But it gives it a weathered effect. I don't want to do the window rubbers and stuff like that flat black on top of the rust because it just doesn't jive right. If I need to come back and touch up some areas, I will, but that's how I like to do it. There's a method to the madness. So I'm going to go ahead and do the windows, and then we'll start staining. Alright guys, so started working on detail stuff. I got the body all sanded down. I went ahead and sprayed the grill black and wiped off the face. Got all the insert stuff is blacked out. It's got a little overspray on it. I mean, with the rusting, I am going to put the rust streaks on the chrome. It does change them a little bit. I think it'll work. I've done it before. Yeah, just working on, I've got the lenses drying. I've went ahead and put the front blinkers and marker lights on it. I'm just working my way through. Going to do the mirrors next and keep trucking through. I haven't decided what color the interior is going to be yet. I'm going to wait till I get the rust streaks on here and see what it really looks like. Because again, I'm not real sure how this green undercoat is going to come out with the rust. Alright guys, so I got everything together except for the windows. I'm not going to put K5 on the side since this is a truck now. So we'll just have those holes. That's, just looking for an old tow truck. Nothing fancy. I had an accident. The lenses, I was getting ready to glue them on and I moved the cab and I knocked the glue over. And the lenses were slowly getting dissolved by the solvent of the glue. So they look alright, but it's just going to add to the patina, I guess. So yeah, I've got the hood hinged, the magnet in. Not sure yet how much under the hood I'm going to do. I'm going to wait and see how this all comes out up top. But yeah, we're going to go over everything. I'm going to try to be light on the chrome because that stuff really stains the chrome pretty quickly. So we're going to hit it, but that's why I went ahead and put it on. I want it to look rustier underneath the edges of things like that. When I wipe this the rust streaks, I won't be able to get in there very good because the bumper and the grill and everything. So that's a place where it would stay dirty longer in real life. Things would collect and rust and deteriorate and, so on and so forth. You can see in there, in the inside, I started rattle canning the inside of the body black and I ran out of black paint, so it is incomplete. So got the wood floor mocked up in here. Fits pretty well. I'm pretty happy with how it's come out. Now I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to put some dents and dings and gouges and stuff in the wood. I thought I bought some stain. I have to go search through the house to find it. I was going to stain it a dark black, but I don't know what I did with the stain. So we may be looking for alternative staining methods. But overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm still not happy the struts stick up, but that's where we were with the suspension. I got the body all on and mounted. I put all the windows in. No interior yet because it's going to be a lot of work to detail the interior and stuff, and I don't want to rush it. And two, I'm going to have to modify the floorboard quite a bit. It's not going to fit as well as I'd like. I'm going to have to cut some of the lowered section of the actual footwell out as well as some of the tunnel. too clear with the struts, so they angle back into the cab area. But yeah, we'll get there. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and dent the wood and find some stain. So follow the instructions of the stain, just basic wood stuff. I didn't do any prep on the wood, I didn't sand it or none of the detailed stuff. Just added some nicks and dents and dings. Probably should have done more, but oh well. These are all just paint sticks from any hardware store that mixes and sells gallons of paint. The larger pieces in the middle are just some craft wood that I got at Hobby Lobby 15 years ago for a Tonka truck project that I never used. And yeah, I could have squeezed in 2 pieces of this, but I didn't have enough. The problem was I kept gathering the paint sticks at different places, and the last batch I got from Home Depot, I didn't realize until I got home, but they have stuff printed on both sides, so that didn't work. Most of them only had stuff printed on one side, and I've got a mix of different ones, so it's kind of cool. It's got some different looking woods, different grains, so it's not all going to be uniform and neat. It's going to be kind of chaotic, and some of them don't have 1 or 2 nicks. Some of them have some holes and some gashes and things like this one here. It really popped from hitting it with the hammer. But applied a real heavy coat of stain, let it set for a minute, just lightly rubbed it, and now we just got to wait and let it dry. I did notch around all the suspension and stuff, but also notched around the screws. I only used 4 screws to mount the bed, and I'm gonna plan on gluing the wood down. I'm not sure with what yet. I've got to find something that's compatible with plastic as well as wood. I don't think wood glue will work. Need something fast drying. So but yeah, that's all I'm gonna do about that. I'm not sure yet if I got some stain on the truck. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to do the wheel tubs like I originally planned. I had thought about fabbing some wheel tubs out of metal to go over the tires, but I don't know. I'm not really feeling that right now, but we'll see where we're at tomorrow. Maybe this stuff will be dry, and we can go from there. Alright guys, there it is. I did intentionally leave these uneven. It's just the way it worked out, and they were a little more staggered, but after I glued them, they got off a little bit. But this is how we're going to roll with it. It's a RatRod. It's not perfect. It's old wood. This is probably as far as we're going to get in this video. Next time, not sure if I'm going to be able to get to the interior before the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo. So this is probably how you'll see it out there. I'll probably take something like this and strap it down to the back if I can find some nice straps. But we made a lot of progress here. That helps hide some of the extra holes that we made during the suspension development process. Again, I don't like having the strut stick up, but there's just no way around it. It can't lift its own weight with a cantilever system in any of the 12 configurations that I tried. If you notice, the hood is popped up a little bit. If I can get the camera over here without hitting everything in my little room. And the last video we talked about, or was it this video? It's been so long. I think I've been working on this video over 2 weeks. When the front airs up all the way, the struts hit a little bit when they pivot and push the hood up at the back. And it's really not an issue now that I've got the hood mounted with the magnet and the hinges. It will pop up a little bit if I go really high, but I'm not that worried about it. I think it's, right now it looks like every 78 Chevy truck, the hood hinges have an issue. See, we can go, raise the back up. So we can go plenty high to drive, and again, we can steer perfectly fine with this body. If we go a little higher, it won't even, it's not even pushing it up that high now. And we still have suspension. And it goes all the way down, which is nice. I've had so many issues, so much trial and error with the suspension. I really, after I've put the windows and the hood and the grill and all the stuff on the body, I was afraid it was going to be too heavy. But it's not having any issue. Again, I had to lower the cantilever pivot point down to clear the hood of this. It doesn't set up as tall as that Apache body did. And I thought that was going to create more issues than it did. But yeah, and luckily the wood, being just paint stirs, they're pretty lightweight. I'm not sure what kind of wood it is, but it's not balsa, but it's very lightweight and pretty strong stuff. So it hasn't added a whole lot of weight to the back of this thing. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's almost complete. Like I said, interior, and you know, I want to do some more details. I've been thinking about maybe even a sound module. It would be cool to put some lights on it. But yeah, I'm really happy with how the wood came out. That was kind of just a spur of the moment. Once I got the body done, I was like, you know, I really need to put the wood on. And that helped clean it up a lot, because the rest of that plastic wasn't finished underneath there. So it's been bugging me for a while how ugly that looked. And this kind of ties it all together. And again, it doesn't match because this bed was made to match the Apache body. But who cares? But yeah, anyways, hope a bunch of y'all can make it out to the Ultimate Scale Truck Expo in the second or last weekend in February. And I'm going to have all my rat rods out for the first time ever. First event I've ever been to. And yeah, should be a big one. So keep it scale. I'll see y'all in the next video.